So I found rowing my first week of school here because I was looking to get involved somehow, and I went to the Ice and Dice, I think they call it, and I just saw people carrying oars and I thought it was pretty cool. So I started going to the learn to rows and the on the water learn to row, and I actually originally wanted to row for the women's team, but I'm short and I wasn't very fast, so they asked me if I wanted to be a coxswain instead, and I said yes, because I had found a pretty strong community already in those first few weeks with the team, and I really didn't want to give it up. So I became a coxswain for the men's team, and that was like a really crazy experience, I guess, going from trying to row with the women to coxing with the men.
So I started on an accident. I was sent a Facebook message by the current crew team at the time, and I thought to myself, ha, that's funny, I don't do sports. And sure enough, when I got to CU Boulder, the 30,000 person campus really started to hit me, and then I thought about it again and said maybe I should try it out. And pretty much I have rowed almost every day since then. There was just no going back after that. But I had never done sports in my life. I didn't run, I didn't swim, I tripped up the stairs,
But what's kept me hooked, I guess, is the sort of like insistence that you be your best on this team. You have to work very, very hard to maintain, your schoolwork, the rowing, and a social life, and you have to be really organized and have great time management skills to do that. And those weren't things that I necessarily thought I had, but when I started rowing, I realized that I was able to sort of keep everything together, and I think rowing is the reason that I was able to start managing my time well.
For me, rowing has been a place where I can really discover who I am. And I don't think that rowing is that for everybody, but if there's even the remote possibility that you feel like you can develop as a person through rowing, I think that you should row for as long as possible, as often as possible, and be involved in the team as much as possible. Yeah, I think there are a lot of great reasons to not row. There are a lot of great reasons to quit the team, and I think that over the course of 4 years, all of those reasons at one point or another definitely come to the surface. For me though, there are just so many more better reasons to stay with the team. What I've gotten just in terms of the friendships that I've made, the people that I've gotten to meet is really quite something. And these are people I get to see 6 days a week for a couple hours every day. And to me, that's just fantastic. And then to throw in competing with that, I don't know if it gets much better. I think rowing is one of the best examples of what a real team sport is, where you have to really hold yourself accountable in order to succeed, but without the unity of a boat, you're just fragmented.
Practice can get pretty cool for me as a coxswain, but when I'm on the race course, something just clicks in my brain that's like really different from how I practice, and I don't really know why, but I just get really excited and intense, and no matter how the race goes, whether or not I win or lose, I always come off the water just feeling like really excited and really accomplished at every race, and seeing my rowers improve and get better every day is really awesome too.
After I graduate, I am trying to stay in Boulder for a year and take the GRE and then go to master's school for public health and epidemiology. And I'm also applying to some development camps for rowing. So we'll see how it goes.
I don't know, I'm applying to medical school in June, and so I'll have kind of a year of just free time to mull things over before I figure out if I got in or not.
I'm moving to New York, and I'm going to do a master's at Columbia in medieval and Renaissance studies, so that will be next year. Hopefully after that I'll be going on to get a PhD, but yeah, that's all I got so far.
I just sort of built a connection to the sport. I love the feeling of being on the water, and I think eventually, even though the 5 a.m. mornings suck 9 times out of 10, I started to look forward to getting up and rowing with the team in the moments that feel good and the moments that feel like you're flying. And there's a quietness in the boat, and the send is there, and everyone's timed up, and the catch is there, and you just float.